I guess you know who I am, but I'm probably best known as Chet's woodcutting buddy. And when Margie and I were going to move to Tacoma, which we did in 2012, Chet wouldn't let me go unless I got Bill to sign a contract that he would turn into the woodcutting buddy. And he did. And aside, fortunately, Bill and I go back, we were best buddies in high school, so I can say things about that. I was trying to find a word or two that kind of described Chet to me. Unflappable is one I came up with. There was a time when Chet came down to my house one morning and we were going to split some wood in my driveway. So we did that for about an hour, maybe not quite an hour. And I was watching Chet, he didn't look real good, so I shut the splitter off and I asked him if everything was okay. Well, the words in response really weren't coming out very well. So I said, Chet, I says, I want you to go sit on this stump right here. I'm thinking stroke. So I called 911, and probably within 10 minutes, the fire truck rolled down the driveway, and they checked it thoroughly out, and everything was okay. Didn't have any problem at all. So to this day, we don't know what happened. So I said, well, look, let's go down to the house. We went down, and Margie fixed us something to drink, and we had something to eat. And then I said, Chet, that's been enough for today. That's all your issues here. Why don't you head on home and we'll just button this up some other day? No way. He insisted that we finish that up. So we went back up to the driveway, and we had maybe a half hour's work left to do. And this didn't phase well, and we finished up, and then he went home. So I call that inflammable. The guy, he couldn't be, he didn't respond that he was feeling bad or anything like that, just an issue. So anyway, that's what I call that. Another occasion which is really sad is that Margie and I had dinner with Chet and Phyllis one night at the Golf and Country Club, and had a great time. And 2 mornings later, I got a phone call from my Aunt Marion Robbins, lived over at Burton. And she says, Tom, she says, I was just talking to a neighbor of mine, and she told me about somebody that died, and I think they're a friend of yours. And she didn't have a name, so I asked her a bunch of questions. And she, I finally figured out the only one would Phil was qualified would be Phyllis. I said, well, Marion, that can't be right. We just had dinner with she and Chet a couple of nights ago. So it can't be that. So I hung up the phone and immediately called the house. And Chet answered the phone. And I said, Chet, I said, we just wanted to call and tell you what a great time Margie and I had with you and Phyllis there. Thanks for coming down the other night. And by the way, kind of how things going? Well, Tom, you're not going very well. Phyllis died. And he proceeded to give me some of the details that transpired after that. But he was just so objective, and just, I don't know many people that could be, as I call, inflammable. He just got through what he had to get through and do that. So those are the two biggest experiences. None of them real happy, but those are two experiences we shared that made me feel closer to him anyway. So on a brighter note, I also said he was kind of a charmer. And in 2010, Margie and I asked Chet if he'd like to join us on an intercoastal cruise from Jacksonville to Baltimore. And it was 2 weeks long, and it was on a small boat, had maybe no more than 100 passengers. And it was open seating for lunch and dinner, and from 5 to 6 o'clock every day they had a cocktail hour, and so on. So you got a chance to kind of mingle and kind of get acquainted and befriend people. And this was a 2-week deal, so you had lots of chance to find the people you wanted to avoid and the ones you didn't. So at any rate, there was a lady from South Texas, and she was traveling with her 2 daughters. And so as the days wore on, I seen go to the cocktail hour, see lunch, and Chet would be sitting with her. And I wanted to ask Chet, I said, well, he wants to save you a seat for lunch, but he'd sit with us at our table or not. And sometimes he would, sometimes he wouldn't. So this went on, and obviously made other friends, and we made other friends on the boat too, but I wasn't really close to whether Chet wasn't maybe that interested, but he was, Chet, he's very social, very easy to get along with. So we got home after the trip, and I said, well, did you ever hear from that lady? I don't remember what her name was. I said, did you ever hear from that lady again from South Texas? Yeah, she called me a few times. Well, how'd it go? Well, she made a few suggestions that I really can't tell you about. And I finally had to tell her, don't call me anymore. So I'm thinking, this guy's 82. Look what he's doing to these women. Anyway, so a charmer is one of the attributes. So I guess in closing, I want to say I was trying to think about all the people that have had a positive influence on my life in a number of ways. And it was easier once I eliminated family, because obviously you got a few in family. And probably of all the other people I know in all these years, Chet would definitely be in my top 5 for having a good influence on my life, and I'll always remember him for that among a lot of other things. Thank you.